with that in mind, let me give you some of the things that I learned as an entrepreneur as I was going through my entrepreneurial journey. What I find was one of the interesting things is when you start a company, you always have a choice. Do you start by yourself or do you find other co-founders? And how do you find these people? And what type of people are the best people to work with? And what I realize is that when you're looking for a friend, you want to find more and more people who are just like you. When you are looking for a partner in an enterprise, you want to find people who are unlike you, people who are complementary to what you do. You want to find people you may not actually even enjoy having a beer with. So if you are a guy who loves the vision and high-level thinking, you want a guy who heads down. Look, I don't know what you're talking about. Just tell me what to do, and I'll go get it done. Right? He's an operations guy. The guy who's a finance guy, he may not understand a word of what you're saying, but guy can add the numbers and can tell you that you're losing money. Right? So you want to find people who are very unlike you because you want complementary skills. If everyone in the room who is your co-founder is just like you, they're adding very little value. The second thing I find is, one of the interesting things about entrepreneurs is they see opportunities where most people can't see it. And that is the brilliant part of an entrepreneur. But that becomes their downside as they start to execute, because they're constantly seeing new opportunities all the time, and grass is always greener, and they lose focus. And most companies die from indigestion rather than starvation, trying to do too many things rather than trying to do too few things. So find something that you're really passionate about, and then go out and make sure you focus on it. And when you focus on it, there is a balance you have to do, is that there are times you're going to realize the inner voice is going to tell you that what you're trying to do is just not working. Your customers are telling you they don't want the product that you're building. And that's the time to listen to that voice and change what you're doing, even though that may have been your passion. But there's no point having a passion that drives the company into the ground. So changing your mind, getting the feedback constantly from the customer and pivoting is part of becoming an entrepreneur. Having that adaptability, having that flexibility, and having that much less pride in your own idea and swallowing it and say, you know what, that just didn't work. And it's okay to change. And I can give you a couple of anecdotal stories around that I have found both as an investor and also as an entrepreneur. I found a really bright entrepreneur one day, and I convinced him to leave a large company that he was working for. And I told him that he wanted to start a company. So he went on and said what he really wants to do is to create a competitor to Microsoft Office. That was 20 years ago. He felt that Microsoft charges too much money for their office. There are a lot of companies who have tried and built a Microsoft compatible product, whether it's Excel or Word, and they're all sitting in what he called the software graveyard. And he could pick them up really cheap, very cheap loyalty, put them together, and probably sell them for 10 or 20 bucks for the whole package. And he was really passionate about it. So he went on and started that. I invested in his company because he was willing to put whatever I put, he was going to match with his own money. And we both put the money in. I thought it was a really, really stupid idea. But you never tell an entrepreneur that it's a stupid idea, because they come to the same conclusion on their own. So he started the company, and after 2 months trying it, he said, you know what? I don't think even if I build it, they will come. I've talked to the customers. They are not looking for Microsoft compatible Office. They want the Microsoft Office. That's all they want. So I told him what is it that he plans to do next. He said, you know what? I think I should really sell clip arts, because I think people are starting to create these web pages. They're going to start using clip arts, and I should go out and create clip arts and sell them. I thought another stupid idea, but he wanted to put the money in, so did I. And he went on for another month and said, you know what, that was really a stupid idea. What I should really do is build the personal home pages. And that company became Zoom, merged with Snap, and became NBCI. And my $500,000 investment turned out to be a $50 million investment. Right? So that tells you a gentleman who started with an idea constantly pivoted, even though he was so passionate about what he was trying to do, until they found something that customers really wanted. And that, to me, as an entrepreneur, is something we have to learn. even though you have to be passionate, there is persistence. You have to persist as long as you can. When the market starts telling you that there is just no market for it, it's time to move on and pivot. In terms of passion, to me, the passion is something you have to have, but the passion should never be about an idea. It should be a passion to win. If you have a passion to win, you will find the ideas that you need to win. If you have a passion for an idea, it may or may not work. But if you believe in life, there is nothing is going to get in your way of becoming a successful person. There is nothing will get in your way of becoming a successful person. And that's how you should look at it, is that I'm going to go out and become successful, whatever it takes. It doesn't matter what the idea is.